Akagon stepped into the base, exhaling slowly. The door shut behind him. Silence for a second. Then, Fiona stood there, waiting, arms folded, a knowing smile on her face. "I didn't know," she said casually. The great beard hero stayed back at hospitals, long after saving patients. Akagon blinked. Kara leaned in from the side. "Oh wait, didn't he also carry her all the way there?" A grin spread across her face. Fiona chuckled. Akagon froze. "Come on, guys." Edmund stepped forward, trying to help. "You both know he was just doing his duty. It was all in the name of heroism." Akagon sighed in relief. "Thanks, buddy. At least one of you gets it." Edmund tilted his head. "So, when are you seeing her again?" "You know. In the name of heroism." Fiona and Kara burst into laughter. Akagon's eye twitched. "All right. Is that all? Or are we just getting started?" Kara smirked. "Oh, we're just getting started." Fiona turned, gesturing toward the screen. "Have you seen the news?" Akagon followed her gaze. The screen flickered, clashed between bronze and gold heroes. Great Beard Hero versus Grey Shinobi. Another headline rolled in. Hero in fighting shocks Citadel. Kara leaned forward slightly, a grin forming. The whole of Liberty Nation is buzzing about you. The Great Beard Hero. Akagon scratched his beard nervously. Fiona stepped in smoothly. "Oh, stop it, Kara. The man's had a long day." She smiled. Then, Kara turned the screen toward him. The public forum exploded across it. Comments flying, praising the Great Beard Hero. "Look at this," Kara said. "You went toe-to-toe with a gold rank hero. You're not just rising in popularity. You're skyrocketing." Fiona nodded. "With something like this, you might get a massive boost in rank." Then, Edmund leaned in. "Oh, it's not just him." A grin spread across his face. His new girlfriend might be climbing ranks too. After that little power-up with the divine sword against Mahal, Akagon slowly turned, placed a hand on Edmund's shoulder, an unsettling smile creeping in. Edmund froze. Wait, hold on." He pointed at the screen quickly. "It's not just me saying it. The entire internet is shipping you too." Fiona burst out laughing. Kara covered her mouth, amused. "Not gonna lie," Fiona added. "The moment you lost it after Yoko got hurt. An overpowered Grey Shinobi." She tilted her head. "That won a lot of hearts. I can't help but feel a little jealous." Akagon's eye twitched. Then, ping. The room fell silent. All eyes turned to the screen. A notification blinked. Direct message straight to Great Beard Hero. On screen, Marine Drive. Lighthouse. 7 p.m. Jones. Fiona narrowed her eyes slightly. "Where's that?" Akagon nodded. "Commissioner Jones. He said he'd contact me soon, the last time we met. Said it was something important." A pause settled over the room. Edmund leaned back with a sigh. "Well, I guess I'm sitting this one out." "Well." Kara leaned back, a slow smile forming. "Not if I can help it." Akagon glanced at her. Fiona raised an eyebrow. "Remember Detective Hunt? The fraud?" Kara tapped her tablet lightly. "Well, thanks to our beloved Fiona, when her access to the latest tech, I've been able to track him closely." Akagon's eyes narrowed. Edmund leaned forward. Kara exhaled. "At first, nothing. Clean. Too clean." She looked up. "Then I found something interesting." The screen flickered. A message log appeared. One contact. Untraceable number. No name. No history. Just one thing. Kara zoomed in. A single emoji. A black bear-shaped symbol. It shows up randomly. No text. No context. Just that. And here's the interesting part. It was sent the night before Edmund hit that drug operation. Edmund stiffened. "What?" Kara nodded. "And guess what?" She tapped again. Another message appeared. Recent. Sent again. Tonight. The room went quiet. Akagon's gaze hardened. Fiona stepped closer. "So something's happening." Kara nodded. "Tomorrow. And this time, you can catch him in the act." Fiona frowned slightly. "Wait. What does the berry even mean? Going in blind like that? Ooh is dangerous." Edmund stepped forward. "Well, A small shrug. Isn't that kind of the job? And besides, he looked at Kara. Those drugs I found. They were in black capsules, shaped like berries, said Edmund, holding a bar of chocolate, similar to the black capsule. Could be connected. The pieces were starting to align. Oh. Akagon leaned back slightly, a smirk forming. Well, didn't realize you two lovebirds reconciled already. Kara and Edmund froze. Fiona glanced between them, a knowing smile creeping in. Edmund's face turned red instantly. What? It's not like that. Stop it. He turned away, trying to hide it. Kara didn't. She stepped forward and shoved her palm straight into Akagon's face. Enough of that already. Her tone sharp. Akagon staggered back slightly. All right. Fiona chuckled softly, then stepped in, clapping her hands once. All right then. Let's call it a day. She looked around at all of them. We've got a big one tomorrow. Get some rest. One by one, they nodded. The teasing faded. The tension lingered. And slowly, they began to disperse, retiring for the night. The next evening, as the sun dipped into the horizon, Akagon made his way toward the lighthouse. The beach stretched quiet around him, waves rolling in slow, rhythmic breaths. The lighthouse stood tall, silent, abandoned. The gate leading inside, locked. Akagon stopped, looked up, exhaled. Figures. A glance around. Then, he moved, gripping the rusted ladder along the side. He began to climb, step by step, the wind growing stronger the higher he went. Until he reached the top. Akagon stepped onto the platform and waited. The ocean stretched endlessly before him, the city lights flickering faintly in the distance. Only the sound of waves. Then, a wheezing breath broke it. From behind, the stairwell door creaked open. Commissioner Jones stumbled out, panting heavily. You already here? He caught his breath. I see you. Took the direct route. Akagon, a slight glance over his shoulder, didn't have much of a choice. You're the only one with the keys. Another step. A second figure emerged from the shadows. Gray Shinobi. The ace shifted instantly. Jones straightened, still catching his breath. Well, since introductions aren't necessary. He looked between them. Let's get straight to business. Gray Shinobi met his gaze. Both nodded. Commissioner Jones stepped forward, the wind brushing past the three of them. Before you two got into that little fight, he said, glancing briefly at Gray Shinobi. You must have mentioned something about us trying to uncover how deep Bloodthirst White Orca network runs in the underworld. Akagon nodded slightly. Yeah, he said something along those lines. Jones exhaled, a faint, tired smile forming. Well, the truth is, he paused. No matter how embarrassing it sounds, we found nothing. Or rather, his expression hardened. We were prohibited from finding anything. Akagon's eyes narrowed. Prohibited? A step forward. Who exactly has the authority to stop a commissioner from investigating a criminal? Jones let out a quiet breath. Out of resignation. Mikhail Sukharov. Bloodthirst. He ruled Citadel's underworld for over 2 decades. Everyone knew what he did. Extortion. Drugs. Arms trade. Murder. And yet, not a single cop. Not a single politician. Not even heroes. Took him down. Akagon's gaze sharpened. Jones continued. Now think about that. Yes, he's powerful. But that alone isn't enough to hold off the entire Justice Department. So how did he rule for so long? Jones turned, looking out at the city lights in the distance. Because he wasn't fighting the system. He was inside it. Bloodthirst had his fingers in every level of the hierarchy. Police, politics, even hero operations. Akagon's expression darkened. Jones continued. 4 years. There was no evidence. No witnesses. Nothing that could tie him down. Until his voice dropped. He murdered 3 silver rank heroes who gathered evidence against him, causing the Red Day incident. I was there. I saw it. Akagon glanced at him. I would have died too, if Gray Shinobi hadn't stepped in. A brief silence passed between them. Then Jones straightened. Before Red Day, the Justice Department controlled everything. Hero identities, assignments, operations. Bronze, silver, gold. They only acted on orders. They couldn't intervene freely, even if lives were at stake. Anything outside orders was labeled vigilantism and punished. The weight of that settled, and that is why Bloodthirst thrived. No orders against him, no intervention, no consequences. Jones' voice sharpened, but everything changed after Red Day. When a high-ranking officer leaked that identity of a hero, causing the demise of 3 silver-ranking heroes. And when he glanced at Grey Shinobi, a gold-rank hero broke protocol and acted on his own to save my life. The wind howled slightly around them. The public saw it. The corruption. The failure. Half the nation condemned the system for exposing a hero to death. The other half for keeping heroes like him on a leash, while monsters like Bloodthirst ruled freely. And from that chaos, the current system was born. Public rankings. Freedom of action. No centralized control. Jones let out a slow breath. But I suppose you already know all that. He looked at Akagon. Even as commissioner, I was never allowed to interrogate Bloodthirst. Akagon frowned, even after he was captured. Jones nodded, especially after. He wasn't held in Citadel. He was transferred. To the capital, Sun City. At first, I was relieved, getting him out of Citadel. Out of the city where he owned politicians. Even made my job easier. He looked away. I thought, maybe there we could finally get answers. But I was wrong. His voice hardened when he reached Sun City. I was cut off. Completely. No visitation. No access. Nothing. That's when it hit me. Mikhail Sukharov was never just a city-level crime boss. His reach runs through all of Liberty Nation. Silence settled over the lighthouse. So I did what I could. I pulled every string I had. I spoke to a judge, an old friend of mine. I asked him to transfer Bloodthirst back to Citadel. But no matter what he tried, nothing worked. In the end, we ran out of options. So we did the unthinkable. We approached his lawyer and offered him something he couldn't refuse. A reduced sentence, parole, or in exchange for his transfer back to Citadel. The wind howled around the lighthouse, and he accepted, without hesitation. Jones looked down. I should have known. It was too easy. 5 years. I waited 5 years for that moment, to tear the truth out of that monster. His voice cracked, but instead, I walked straight into his trap. I thought I had everything under control. I didn't even inform Grey Shinobi about the transfer. I kept it to myself, and because of that, I let a monster walk free. The words hung heavy in the air. Grey Shinobi rested his hand on Jones's shoulder. Enough. We'll get him back. And this time, we ended. His gaze hardened. Not just him, but everyone behind him. Meanwhile, far away, on the other side of the city, perched silently atop a tree, Kukaracha watched. Below him, an abandoned warehouse, dimly lit, suspiciously quiet. He tapped his comm. You sure he's in there? It's been over an hour. Static. Then Kara's voice. Calm. Focused. Yeah. Just be patient. I'm tracking his signal. He's inside. Kukaracha exhaled. This better not be another dead end. Then, his eyes caught something. A section of the warehouse roof. Glass. Transparent. A perfect view. A smirk formed. Well, that works. He leapt, landing silently atop the roof. Slowly, carefully, he leaned over, peering through the glass. And then, he saw him. Kukaracha's eyes narrowed. There you are. That fat, sniveling raccoon. Detective Oliver Hunt, standing below, laughing, relaxed, comfortable, surrounded by members of the Neanderthals. One of them stepped forward, handing him a suitcase. Hunt opened it. Stacks of cash. His grin widened. Greed. Unmasked. Kukaracha's jaw tightened. Kara. I've got visual of him just taking a bribe. Should I go in now? Kara inhaled sharply. All right. Go. Her voice hardened. Don't let him escape. Kukaracha smiled. Finally. Then, crash. The glass ceiling exploded inward. Shards rained down like glittering knives. And through it, Kukaracha descended. Oliver Hunt froze. The suitcase slipped from his hands. Cash spilled across the floor. Kukaracha stepped forward. Slow. Measured. Looks like everything's here. His eyes scanned the room. The money. The drugs. A slight tilt of his head. And I see you help yourself too. Oliver stuttered. Sweat forming instantly. How dare you? I'm a police officer. Save it. Kukaracha's voice cut through him. I've recorded everything. Drop the act. Ooh, and surrender. Then, Oliver's face twisted. The mask shattered. What are you all staring at? Get rid of him. His voice shrieked. Desperate. Ugly. The Neanderthals moved. From all sides. Weapons raised. Charging. Kukaracha rolled his shoulders, cracking his knuckles. Here we go again. They rushed him. All at once. Kukaracha moved. A punch. Crack. A kick. Thud. An elbow. Snap. Bodies dropped. One after another. Relentless. Brutal. He moved like a storm. Flying kicks. Spinning strikes. Grabbing one thug. Hurling him through two others. Chaos. In seconds. The warehouse fell silent. Only groans remained. Kukaracha stood, breathing steady. One thug left. He lifted him by the neck. Guess you're the last one. Slam. The floor cracked beneath him. Unconscious. Finished. Kukaracha turned, slowly, toward Oliver Hunt. Each step echoed. Oliver stumbled back, terrified. Wait. Please. I'm nobody. Just a middleman. I move money, drugs. Make sure things pass without police interference. Desperation poured out of him. Kukaracha stopped in front of him. That's exactly the problem. People like you. Wearing a badge. Protecting filthy criminals. You don't deserve a second chance. Kukaracha grabbed Oliver Hunt by the collar and dragged him across the floor. Wait. Oliver clawed at his arm. Desperate. I'm useful. I handle all the deliveries. I can take you to him. Please. I can lead you to the top. Imabe Karim. That name made Kukaracha pause. Just for a second, his grip tightened. Then, he resumed dragging him. No, you still answer for what you've done. Oliver panicked. No, wait. You want the real criminal, don't you? Before Kukaracha could respond, Kara's voice cut through the comms. Sharp, decisive. Do it, Edmund. Go after the big fish. Kukaracha froze. But his TC villain. Kara didn't hesitate. That's fine. Her voice steady. Confident. I trust you. Well, after all, what's a hero if he doesn't take down a supervillain? Across the call, Fiona raised an eyebrow. Surprised. Impressed. Kukaracha's expression shifted. Doubt. Turning into resolve. A slow smile formed. All right. He yanked Oliver up. Closer. Change of plans. Detective. His voice dropped. Dangerous. You're taking me to your boss. Oliver's face twisted into relief. A weak, shaky smile. Why yes. Of course. Across town. At Citadel Grand Hospital. The automatic doors slid open. Yoko stepped out. Fully recovered. Bandages gone. But not the memories. She paused. Took a slow breath. Then, pulled out her phone. The Hero app lit up the screen. For a moment, she hesitated. Her thumb hovered. Then tapped. Great Beard Hero. Profile. Her eyes softened. A faint blush crept across her cheeks. Idiot. A small smile followed. She clicked. Direct message. A privilege only heroes in the Justice Department shared. She stayed at the empty text box. Thinking. Then typed. Just got a clean bill of health. Thought you should know. A pause. She read it again. Simple. But enough. She hit send. Then, held the phone close to her chest. Smiling. Quietly. Elsewhere. At the Hero base. Kara's screen pinged. She glanced down. Then smirked. Oh. Looks like Akagon's girlfriend is doing just fine. Fiona leaned in from behind. Curious. Reading the message. A playful smile spread across her face. The first thing she does after getting discharged is text him. She chuckled softly. Yeah. The rumors might actually be true. They make a pretty good pair, said Fiona looking at the screen. Just for a moment. Kara didn't smile. She looked at Fiona. Something subtle, something unspoken, passed across Fiona's face. "Yeah, I guess they would," said Kara softly. Elsewhere, a truck rumbled through the empty streets, headlights cutting through the dark. Behind the wheel, Oliver Hunt, sweat still clinging to his face. Ahead, an old, abandoned structure emerged from the shadows. A rusted board hung crooked above the gate. Jolly and Sons Hospital. Barely holding on, the truck rolled forward, creaking through the broken entrance. Unseen, clinging to the roof. Kukaracha, still, silent, watching. The truck came to a stop. Doors slammed. Footsteps rushed in. Neanderthal members surrounded the vehicle. One stepped forward. Suspicious. "Detective, why'd you bring the truck yourself? Where are the others? Something go wrong?" Oliver forced a laugh. "Relax. Nothing's wrong." He stepped out, trying to stay composed. "I just needed to see the boss." A glance around. "His head, right?" The thug nodded. "Yeah, he just arrived." Relief flickered across Oliver's face. "Good. You guys take the truck to the back. Unload everything." The men moved immediately. Above, Kukaracha shifted slightly, then slipped off the roof, landing silently behind a broken pillar. Hidden, unnoticed, the truck doors opened. Crates were pulled out. Drugs, weapons, cash. Neanderthal members moved quickly, carrying everything deeper into the abandoned hospital. Oliver followed, last, trying to keep his composure. From above, Kukaracha watched, hidden, perched along a broken beam. Eyes locked in, Oliver stepped inside and froze. The scale of it hit him. Dozens. Neanderthals. Sorting. Guns. Packets. Stacks of money. An operation far bigger than before. What the? Then, a hand landed on his shoulder. "What brings you here, detective?" Oliver flinched, spun around, and there he was. Karim Imabe. Calm. Composed. Eyes sharp. Oliver swallowed. Forced a smile. "Karim. Just the man I was looking for." Karim didn't smile back. He studied him. Oliver glanced around, trying to sound casual. "Didn't expect this many of your people tonight." Karim's lips curved slightly. He stepped past Oliver, gesturing to the operation. "We're expanding. New territories. New routes." His voice was calm, but carried weight. Karim stopped, turning slightly. "Stay loyal, and you'll be rewarded." Oliver nodded quickly, a nervous smile creeping in. "Oh, of course." Outside, Kukaracha listened. Every word. His eyes narrowed. "Big expansion. Huh. Perfect." Karim Imabe's gaze lingered on Oliver. Sharp, unblinking. "So, why are you here?" A step closer. "Anything you want to tell me?" Oliver forced a chuckle, scratching the back of his head. "Well." He shifted slightly, leaning toward his collar, close to the hidden mic, barely audible. "Oh, anytime now." Outside, Kukaracha's eyes sharpened. "Got it." He moved inside. "Oliver." Karim's voice snapped, annoyed. "What are you mumbling?" Then, fwip, fwip, fwip. Black slugs shot across the room, shattering the hanging bulbs. Pop, pop, pop. Darkness. Instant. Total. The warehouse plunged into chaos. "What the? Who's there?" Panic spread. Voices overlapped. Footsteps scrambled. But one man didn't move. Karim Imabe stood still, calm, listening, adapting. Oliver was not. Sweat poured down his face, his breathing uneven. What is happening? In the darkness, something moved. Silent, precise. Kukaracha, eyes glowing faintly, adjusting instantly. Night vision. Predator in the dark. He scanned the room. Targets. Exposed. Helpless. He moved. A blur. Two men in the corner. Crack. Heads smashed together. Down. Before a sound could escape. He was gone. Behind another. Arm around the neck. A tight pull. Choke. Body limp. Lowered quietly. A step. Another thug turned. Too late. Chop. Neck struck. Collapsed. A fist. Thud. One dropped instantly. A kick. Another followed. One by one. They fell. No noise. No resistance. Just silence swallowing them whole. From 50 to nothing. In the center, Kareem still stood, alert, unmoving, or emergency lights. His voice cut through the chaos. Now, imbeciles, where are you? Still, no response. Beside him, Oliver trembled, eyes darting, breath shaking. Then, thud, a portable emergency light slammed onto the floor. Kareem turned, Oliver beside him, and, flash, blinding white light burst out, flooding the darkness. Both of them recoiled, eyes shut tight. What? From within the light, a silhouette emerged. Slow, steady, unhurried. Footsteps echoed. Kukaracha, walking forward. Calm, unshaken. Kareem's vision cleared. Just enough. Who the hell are you? How did you get in here? He looked around, his men lay motionless. Kukaracha tilted his head slightly. No one's coming. They're all asleep. His gaze shifted, briefly, toward Oliver. Good work, detective. Kareem's eyes widened, then snapped to Oliver. Realization hit. Cold, sharp, real. Oliver staggered back. I'm sorry. I had no choice. He recorded everything. He blackmailed me. Desperation poured out. Pathetic. Kareem moved. Fast, grabbing Oliver by the throat, lifting him off the ground. You traitor. Oliver choked, clawing at his arm. Whip. A black slug shot across the room, striking his arm. His grip broke. Oliver dropped, gasping, coughing. Kareem staggered a step, then tore the slug from his arm. Fury burned in his eyes. You dare. His body shifted, bones cracked, twisted, from both palms, blades extended, long, sharp, sword-like. I'll kill you first. He roared, launching forward, rage unleashed. Kareem moved, explosive, from his palms. Bone blades shot forward, extending mid-air into spear-like strikes straight toward Kukaracha and Oliver. Kukaracha reacted instantly, one hand, shoving Oliver aside. Move. Then, he slipped through the attack, gliding, effortless, each bone claw, missing by inches. A tilt, a step, a shift of the shoulder, all precise, all controlled. Kareem roared, fury rising. He slashed wildly, bone blades tearing through everything. Crates, tables, concrete, crash, splinter, shatter. Destruction filled the room. But Kukaracha was untouchable. Too fast, too sharp. Then, a step too far. Kukaracha's back hit the wall. His eyes widened. Just for a moment. Kareem grinned. Got you. Both spears lunged. Deadly. Unavoidable. At the last second, Kukaracha dropped low, sliding under Kareem, passing beneath the attack, and in one smooth motion, he rose. Behind him. Now, Kareem stood with his back to the wall. Reversed. Trapped. Kukaracha straightened. Man, you're weak. To build something this big. Run an entire organization of criminals. With just this level of fighting skill. You must be pretty smart. The insult landed. Hard. Kareem roared. Spinning. Charging again. Blades raised. But this time, Kukaracha didn't dodge. He stepped in. Closed the distance. And, boom. A solid punch. Driven straight into Kareem's gut. The air left him instantly. His body folded. Knees hitting the ground. Thud. Coughing. Gasping. Breath shattered. Kukaracha moved. Both arms raised. Thwip. Thwip. Two black slugs fired out, pinning Kareem immobile to the wall. Cracked. He hung there, trapped, immobilized. Kukaracha rolled his shoulders, exhaling. Well, I came here for a corrupt detective. A glance around the destroyed room. Didn't expect to wipe out the Neanderthals. And get their boss. He looked toward Oliver. Good work, detective. Thought you might double-cross me back there. Then, a sudden maniacal laughter. Kukaracha's expression shifted. Confusion. What? Kareem lifted his head, eyes gleaming. You really think this is the end of the Neanderthals? A pause. You fools. You've just made the biggest mistake of your lives. The air changed. Subtle at first. Then, oppressive. Heat. Rising. Fast. Within seconds, the room began to boil. Waves of heat distorted the air. Breathing became heavier. Kukaracha's eyes narrowed. Kareem smiled. You were right about one thing. Wits alone aren't enough to run something like this. A beat. But then again, his grin widened. I never said I was the boss. Whoosh. A blue fireball tore through the air, blazing past Kukaracha. He reacted instantly, jumping back, landing hard. Kukaracha. Kara's voice burst through the comms. Distorted. Are you alright? Your body cam just cut out. Kukaracha glanced down. The device. Burnt. Melted. Yeah. I'm fine. Smoke filled the room. Thick. Blinding. A silhouette stood ahead. Still. Unmoving. Oliver. Kukaracha stepped forward. Slowly. Carefully. The smoke began to clear. And then, he saw it. His eyes widened. A massive, burned hole. Straight through Oliver's chest. Clean. Brutal. Lifeless. Oliver collapsed. Then, Kukaracha turned. Slowly. Upward. And there, floating above, surrounded by faint blue flames, was the true boss of the Neanderthals. Blue Embers. Silver rank.